Hi, I recently put in this security door at the back of my garage so I could get some flow through of air, get the dust out when I'm woodworking. And in doing it, I want to show you a few things I learned from the project. I really like it. It moves nicely and it fits in the slot that I cut for it. But I did have some challenges along the way, and I want to share those with you so you won't make a mistake like I might have made. My big problem was around this door a few years back. I put this trim, and this trim is made out of styrofoam and it's coated in about 1/4 inch of cement. I'm going through, take a look, this here is about 1/8 inch of cement. So what I had to do is cut into this. If you can picture this going way over to here, I had to cut into that material and make the space to put this pre-hung door into. And in doing that, I had a headache. I didn't know what to cut this with. So I'll show you the tools that I used and the challenges that I had. I used this reciprocating saw, and these are all blades. Take a look at that blade. Because you're going through a little layer of cement, it just would burn these things up in a matter of like 4 or 5 minutes. So I went through all of these, and then for a portion of it I used my saber saw and portable jigsaw. It goes by 2 names. And when I did that, take a look at this blade. You see teeth here. Look what happened to the teeth at the end. Is I went to my carbide tipped circular saw blade, and you can see it buzzed right up there. And it made a nice straight cut. I might have, ruined this blade. It's an old blade, and I'm ready for a new one anyway. Now, after having done this, after having used the reciprocating saw and the jigsaw, finally the one that worked for me, as you can see, is the carbide tipped circular saw blade. And in order to do that cut, because this was round at the top, I had to screw in a little trim board right here so the saw would fit flat and I could go right up, and I was able to make a nice straight line. After doing that, the other challenge I had is I needed to sink deep into 2x4s, and it just happened that there was a little bit of a gap right there. So I had to put shims in the gap so I could screw in there. And they give you the screws, not these screws, but the ones that come with the door are security screws that can only turn one way. And I guess they're a devil to get out for thieves and for you if you ever want to remove the door for any reason. I didn't like that idea. I'm not worried about security as much as other things. So I put these in, and these were like 5.5 inches, and they went deep in and sunk really well and did a good job. Now, after I'd done all of that, I had these gaps on both sides, and in order to fill those gaps up, I was just going to squirt some foam in there that would swell up and fill up the gaps. And luckily I went to AI, and AI suggested that you don't use this kind of filler. Big gap filler up to 3 inches. That's what I had. I was going to squirt it in there. But when this goes into a gap, it rises with so much pressure it can actually do damage. And the suggestion was made that instead I use this one. My turtle is moving the tripod right now. I apologize for that. This one here is a no warp. It's a gentle, low pressure filler. It won't do that damage. So what I did is I mask taped off onto the phone, mask taping, onto this metal part here, mask tape all the way down. Then I injected the foam inside. And I was surprised because it still doubled in size as it inflated. So I gave it about a 24-hour dry, and I was able to come back and take a razor blade and just slice that foam away. It was very dense, and I sliced it away. And then finally I came back with this Alex latex paintable caulking. And I put that in there and smoothed it in and then let it dry. And this one has a quick dry of 20 minutes and you can paint on it. And then you can see I painted over that. So what I ended up with is a nice secure security door. I guess if you came by with a socket, you could pull these out and pull my door off. But I've lived here 53 years and I haven't had an incident yet. So I'm gonna bet on another 10 or 12 years without that happening. So I got a nice security door. I can open it up and I can get airflow into my garage, and my turtle can't escape the backyard, and I'm very happy with it. I hope you learned something from this application that I made. This is a do-it-yourself job if you have a few skills and some tools, but be careful with that circular saw blade going up, because that's a pretty dicey situation unless you know what you're doing. Thanks for watching and have a great day.